Hey guys, so we're going to do your side pose to a split pose, okay? So we're going to do one as like a straddle position, which we kind of did in your Superman to be able to lift the top leg, but doing like an extra challenge for you. You can try and take your top hand off again. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And then also like a front split version as well, okay? So I'm going to show you both right now, and then I'll break down one at a time. Alrighty? So, side pose. Then we're going to straddle those legs. Then, if you want the extra challenge, you take your top hand back off again. Then, into a split pose. Okay? So, those are the two splitty moves that we're going to do today from your side pose. So, we're going to get into your side pose, and then we're going to start with, place your top hand back onto the pole, and then we're going to straighten the top leg. That'll just help you feel your balance, okay? So, however you want to get into your side pose. Okay, so from here, I'm going to place this top hand back onto the pole. I'm still squeezing in with that bottom leg, okay? And I've got my index finger pointing down, I'm pushing through the palm, keeping my chest open, okay? I'm not rounding my back. So from here, I'm going to try and straighten my top leg by pushing the back of the knee into the pole, okay? Then from here, if you want the extra challenge, you can take your top hand off. Now, if you have this bottom hand too high, you'll still be able to do this pose, but to try and take your top hand off, it's gonna feel really scary. So, if you're trying to do the next pose of taking the hand off, you wanna slide that hand down a little bit further, keep pushing your chest up so you straighten, keep pushing, 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 and keep squeezing that bottom leg in to see if you can take the top hand off. A lot more challenging. Then you can rehook. Does that make sense? So you get into your side pose, keeping the bottom leg down, but into the pole, so keep squeezing. And then you're going to try and straighten your top leg, push the back of the knee into the pole. Now, when you start to transition and taking your top hand off, you may find your top leg wants to start to bend again. So you need to keep squeezing, really activate those quad muscles, push the back of the knee into the pole to keep it as straight as possible. Also try not to lean too far back, okay? So you're still staying in that side pose position, so butt is back. So you're in that triangle position. So I'm going to show you from another angle so you can see what I'm talking about, okay? Okay, so from here, sorry, a bit of an ass shot. So from here, I'm going to start straighten, push, 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 push. I'm going to move that hand down a little bit. Keep squeezing this bottom leg in. Can you see that I'm folding forwards? What you don't want to do is try and straighten and take your hand off here, okay? Keep that bottom leg in, keep your butt out. It's almost like my chest is coming towards my knee, okay? Then you can try and straighten, push, 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 keep it straight, then take the hand off. Rehook, pull back up, okay? It's a little bit scary. So if you don't want to do that, keep your hand on. I still love this move. I think it's really cool. I'm going to quickly show you another move you can do on the floor. It's called a floor side pose, and I like this one a lot actually. It's exactly the same, but you just place your bottom hand instead of on the pole, it's on the floor. So if you still feel this one's a bit scary, you can do the floor one as well. So I'll quickly show you, okay? So I'm going to hook. This time I'm going to bend the bottom leg, and I'm going to place my hand down, sort of just in front of the foot, okay? So basically I'm not going out here, okay? So I'm still folding forward, so the butt's going back. Then everything else is the same. I'm going to take the leg behind, so you can bump if you need to. Bring the leg up. Make sure this hand is underneath your shoulder and you're pushing tall, okay? You don't want it to collapse. Also, if it's out in front of you, you're going to feel like you're going to spin, okay? So we need to make sure it's directly underneath. Push tall, keep squeezing that bottom leg in. Straighten the top leg. It's a bit more stable with that hand out, and you'll probably be able to hold this one a little bit longer, okay? So this will be a great one to do to work up and do it up the pole when you feel a bit more confident, okay? So, alright, so let's do the other split, okay? So the front split version. So I'm going to show you how to get into it again. So I'm going to go obviously into my side pose, but this time I'm going to place the bottom hand, the bracket hand, up, so it's in between my legs, and I place my top hand back on. So let me show you again, just to give you a bit of a reminder. Okay? So, what we're going to do is once we've got the hand on, so top hand on, bottom hand goes from bracket and in between the legs. I'm going to think about pulling my chest away from the pole, okay? So the more I can pull, the more I pull away, the more I can pull with my hands, and then I'm going to straighten the hook leg. As I straighten the hook leg, I'm pushing the back of the knee into the pole. So that's where we get that push and pull, okay? So that's what's keeping us locked on the pole. Then we won't need the thigh grip with the bottom leg, and we can take it behind. However, I'm still squeezing my butt and I'm pushing my hip into the pole, okay? So I've still got contact there. You can lift the leg off, you don't necessarily need it, but if you want to, that gives you an extra gripping point, okay? So, from your side pose. Again, you don't have to invert guys, you can climb side. You probably do need to do from a side climb rather than the floor though. So, from here, top hand, back on. So I'm going to reach up high, as high as I can go without bumping up. Then I'm going to take my bracket hand in between my legs, okay? Then I'm going to roll the shoulders back, lift up my chest, okay? So I'm pulling away from the pole. I'm going to take the bottom leg backwards. I'm going to squeeze my butt and I'm pushing my hip into the pole, okay? So squeeze as much as you can. Think about taking the foot to behind you, to the wall behind you, and then you're pushing more with your hip. And then from here, as I pull with my arms, I lift up the chest. I then try and straighten my leg by pushing the back of the knee into the pole. Then you can re-grip. You can come back into your side pose if you want. You can then try and do the other move I just showed you as well. Okay, so you can always add those two moves together. And then if you really wanted to, you can always add your Superman from yesterday on there. Right, we're just comboing it now. So does that make sense? So I'm going to show you again from another angle. I always find like these moves are they look so much better if you get the angle right. So I will show you from different angles so you can actually see it doesn't always look as good unless you get the angle spot on, okay? So let's go from this side. Might just go from a side climb. Just going to show you both so you can actually see like my body position in a different angle. Okay. So side pose, hand on. Keep squeezing that bottom leg in, straighten, push the back of the knee in. I'm still leaning forwards, I've got my index finger down. If you feel good, you can take the top hand off. Re-hook, I'm going straight into my second one. So I'm going to reach up high, take my bottom hand in between my legs. As I do that, I already take my bottom leg behind, so squeezing my butt, pushing the hip in, pulling away from the pole, and then try and straighten the top leg. Re-hook, bottom hand above. I'm going to pull up and slide down. Does that make sense, guys? So it's just a couple of cute variations of like a splitty pose from your side pose. Any questions with that, just give me a shout, and I look forward to seeing them. So definitely tag me or send me a message with them. Yeah, alright, so I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Marley. I love Marley. I do a hands-off Marley though, because I don't like the pressure on the knee. But yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. Alrighty, see you later.